Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel. So, today we are going through again another video with the cheapest properties that you can find in Italy. Um, I decided to make more often videos about this topic. I want to keep following this format because I've noticed that had been quite successful. The videos had been watched, many feedbacks, many comments. So I'd say people are quite interested in finding cheap properties in Italy, and so today I decided again to choose one town, one small town in Italy. Today, I decided to change completely the destination. In the previous two videos, we visited how we checked houses and apartments in the south of Italy, in Apulia region and in Abruzzo. This time, I decided to change completely our destination and I decided to go in the north of Italy, in the northern western part of Italy, in a region called Piemonte. It's this one here, where you see my hand on the screen. It is at the border with France. So what I can say about Piemonte region? Piemonte region, first of all, is the region where I was born and where I live nearly 30 years of my life. Torino is the main city, is the capital of Piemonte region. You probably heard before. It's a quite well-known city in Italy, not very touristic, but the tourism is increasing year by year because anyway has a lot of attractions as well, like many other cities in Italy. What else I can say about Piemonte region? Piemonte region, because it's at the border with France, so it's surrounded by the Alps. And the town we are going to visit today is at the feet of the Alps. So it's the town that I would highly recommend for who loves mountains. Okay, let's keep zooming here in Piemonte region. The town that I decided today to check the cheapest property is called Pont Canavese. Pont Canavese. So as you can see, Torino is quite close to Milan. It's 1 hour and a half driving, so you can commute quite easily from Milan. You can land. There's an airport in Torino. There's a few airports in Milan, so you can easily commute to this area. Now, to go to Pont Canavese, you need to drive northern direction from Torino, from Turin here. So, and we see now these two towns. One is called Rivarolo Canavese, the other one is Cournier, and the next one is gonna be Pont Canavese. Now, I'm not gonna zoom in too much. I stay here. So this is Pont Canavese. Um, how long it takes to drive from Torino to Pont Canavese? It's around 40 minutes. If you're driving slowly like me, you'll be there in 40 minutes from Torino. And then you can keep driving towards eastern direction, so towards France. But this road, it will be closed at one stage, so you because there are the Alps, so you cannot cross the border Italy, France by car. You can only do it by walk. I've done this several times in my life. You keep driving where the road ends, and then you start walking through the mountains. Now, let me spend two words about the Alps. Alps are the highest mountains that we have in Europe. Many people are coming to ski, so they are also a very touristic place for people who loves mountains. Okay, let's go now on Wikipedia to investigate a bit what Wikipedia is saying about Pont Canavese. Let's read a few details with you together. Sorry. Now, Pont Canavese has a dialect, first of all, and in Piemonte region they speak Piemontese, that is completely different from the dialects spoken into the south of Italy. Generally, when you hear speaking people in Piemontese dialect, it sounds very, very close, familiar uh, to French language. or because they are very close to each other. Punt in Piemontese, Pont in Franco-Provenzale. You see, Franco-Provenzale is a type of language that is spoken in this part of Italy, simply because it's at the border with France. Now, it's an Italian council of 3,000 inhabitants, so it's not very small and it's not very big. So you can find all type of shops that you need, grocery shops, retail shops, all type of dealers. Anyway, plenty of activities to do. There is a railway, for example, that commute to Torino. So Torino, I said, is the capital of Piemonte region. So now the altitude is not very high in altitude. It's 461 meters on the sea level. But for example, as you can see from the picture here on the right, you can see that it's surrounded by mountains. So this is at the bottom of the valleys. We used to say at the feet of the mountains in Italy. So it's well known for its medieval towers. It's a typical medieval town and is in between. From Pont Canavese starts two valleys, very well-known valleys in Piemonte region. One is Valle Soana and one is Valle dell'Orco. Valle dell'Orco is the one that brings you closer to France. Valle Soana a bit less, is more in Piemonte region. So, what else it's saying? A bit of history. Apart saying that it's a medieval town, there's not much to say. Seismology, let me say, it's a very low risk. It's considered low risk. And so, it's a beautiful town, I think, because now today budget is going to be around 50,000. I guess houses in this town are not very expensive. So let me see what else they're saying here. The medieval towers, churches, blah, 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 forest, plenty of forest around, museums. And so here they're showing, for example, in particular, the population of the town, and we see a decline that goes from 1951 and up to 2021. We see a decline in population. A lot of people probably left for the cities, or they left to France or Switzerland, that these are the nearest. So as you can see, the depopulation is not only affecting the south of Italy, it's generally affecting uh, all Italy, apart the big cities. Okay, so we investigated a bit. What else I can say? The climate is it's mild, because we are in the north of Italy. The summer could be hot, but at night temperature will always cool. So it's a kind of fresh, apart maybe few days a year where temperatures might be very high even at night. During the winter, it snows, so quite often you may see snows because clouds stops where the mountains are. Now lately, in the last few years, it's not snowing that much as it used to 20, 30 years ago, but it's enough to drive 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You're already quite high in the mountains. You'll be in 10 minutes driving at 1,000 meters on the sea level. So obviously over there you might find snow. Okay, let's go on Idealista and let's type Pont Canavese. And let's see what type of properties we're gonna find in this area, in this town. I guess many towns in this that we might gonna find. Let's set up from the lowest price. I'd say many towns here might not be in necessary in Pont Canavese center, but they could be, for example, in the area, in the suburban area of Pont Canavese. For example, you may even find maybe some properties in the valleys that are 10, 15 minutes driving. Okay, let's start investigating. We have a two-room flat in via Caviglione 12, Pont Canavese. 9,000 euro, guys. Ground floor without lift in a setting along via Caviglione. So this it says that's in the center of. Now, let's go just to see for curiosity because 9,000 euro. Okay, it's a small property, 40 meters square. I don't think there are more pictures. The accommodation is on the ground floor of a small residential complex with a shared outdoor area. The apartment comprises two spacious rooms and a guest bathroom. Its central location provides convenient access. The population, there to one. Okay, so it doesn't say much. It shows only one picture. Ah, no, there are more pictures. Just for curiosity, because it's so cheap, 9,000 euro. Actually, I won't offer more than five for this, to be honest. But okay, it's a ground floor. Um, has to be renovated. You might save as much as you can, but okay, has to be renovated. But the payments, I like these old stylish pavements. This is the only thing I would save. Maybe needs only, let me say, a fresh, a good cleaning, good painting. Anyway, I don't see heating system. Um, let me say, for 5,000 euro, I could, but then I should invest at least 20,000 on this one. So the ended price, the final price would be around 25. I say no. So here we have a studio in Via Panier. It's a 30-meter square. Okay, it's very small. But for example, let me say that you are a European citizen. I would, for example, this type of property I would recommend to someone who lives in the city and loves the nature and loves the valleys and loves the mountains. Let me say you could be from UK or Germany, whatever. You love to spend. So one room, second floor without lift, 9,000 euro. Again, you offer five. I'm going to see this property because for 9,000 euro, I won't offer more than five. Then the final price could be maybe six or seven. I don't know. But if they're selling for nine, okay, let's see. They say it's just one room. So I'm just curious to see. Okay, so we have an entrance. We have a small kitchen, but you can already dine. Lovely window, bright, so has to be facing south. That's always a good thing. I always recommend to buy houses facing south, always. So we have this small kitchen, then we have the view on the roofs of the town, the views on the, so on the right side you have the Alps, on the left side, because as you see there are no mountains, that is Turin direction, that is Torino direction. Hmm, interessante. I would say in Italian, interessante. If I want to have an accommodation where I can go and spend a month, a few weeks in the summer, or during the winter, Christmas time, I don't understand the heating system. Uh, Wait, there are two bedrooms. Ah, no, it's the same bedroom. I see by the bed. It's cute. Let me say, it's a cute apartment. Ceiling doesn't look very high, but probably it is. Oh gosh, toilet outside. Guys, no. Stay away from toilets outside. This was the very old style, how people were living 60, 70, 80 years ago, before, let me say, they start making houses with comforts. But it's very common to find old houses in Italy, in particular in the north of Italy, where the bathrooms were outside. 100 years ago, nobody had the bathroom. They were all toileting here and there, and they had the. Okay, let's go to the next one. Detached house in Via Caviglione. Well, so we are still in Pont Canavese. All these towns, at least, are not out from the town. Again, this could be convenient for who wants to have an accommodation in the town itself, but this is interesting. 10,000 euro. Let's read a bit. 70 square meters, 5 rooms. Hmm. PONT Canavese, central house to be renovated on 2 floors. Okay, has to be renovated. Let's go and see the pictures. Okay, there are 32 pictures, a little yard. Hmm. It's not that bad. I see a stove, for example. The house is heated with a stove. Most of the towns, most of the houses are still heated by the stove in these towns. I don't see an heating system. This is the entrance on the ground floor. This I don't understand if it's the first floor. I see a balcony, could be already the first floor. For example, here I would keep even this type of payment. I would keep it. I would keep the door. I would just rebrand, renew it. I would even keep this type of old furniture if the seller, for example, would sell it with the furniture inside. Then I can't even understand the shape of the house, but it's not that bad. To be honest, it's not that bad. I even see, I don't know what you call where the babies were sleeping long time ago, this type of culla. In Italian, we say culla. I don't know, baby beds. Anyway, you gonna suggest me under the comments. Okay, I see major works to do, but I see this pavement, for example, is very precious. You might not give in a penny, but this is cotto. This is a type of tile that nowadays is very, very expensive. In many houses, they're getting rid of these and they're reselling for people who are making brand new houses. They simply repolish, whatever. But it's a very fancy nowadays to have cotto in the house. Okay, I think there is a little courtyard. It's particular. The construction is quite old but solid because the old constructions are always quite solid. And so I see a lot of space. I see a fireplace here. Okay, the electrical implants. I don't know for sure. Has to be spent some money in this property, but I don't know. Maybe with a budget, no, without a very big budget, it's possible to. Okay, detached house for sale in Via Caviglione, 10,000 euro. For example, this one you can't go very low in an offer because there are already 70 meters square. So you can't really drop the price, but you might make an offer, for example, for 8,000 euro. Won't be that bad. Okay, let's go to the next. Let's see. Anyway, as we can see, there are many, many cheap properties. Detached house in via Oltresoana, 10,000 euro, 10,000 euro, 12,000. Okay, let's go to see. Okay, before I go into this property, I want to show you one thing. Now, here there is the video is already showing the property. 3 rooms flat in località Forniero. When they say località Forniero, 20 Ponte Canavese means that it's not in the town itself. There is a little, very little town, could be just few houses all together, but it looks quite decent. So here, for example, could be interest the type of investor in this house, but no, località Formiero. I should investigate better. Apartment for sale on the first floor with no condominium fees. That's good. Okay, let's click because this one for 12,000, I have to say that I would buy it myself. I have to be honest because it's in a good shape. The house doesn't really need you give a fresh painting. Let's read the description. Apartment for sale on the first floor with no condominium fees. Condominium fees, shared fees. When you buy an apartment in Italy, it's usually you have usually shared fees. Now contact us to view the property in the Borgata Formiero. So yes, Borgata Formiero is not in Pont Canavese. It's probably 10 minutes driving or maximum 15 minutes driving. But if you're looking for a place where you want to be isolated from the town, from the, let me say, from the booze of the town, uh, so this could be a place where you are looking, example, you want to stay in the forest, you enjoy nature, you enjoy your fireplace, you enjoy your comforts out from the city. And if you go and there and you spend a week, 2 weeks, anyway, I know people who are living in this type of houses. There are a lot of people, in particular younger generation from Torino, they are moving and they're going to buy in these small towns. Obviously, you need to have a car. It's a must to have a car. I have I know people who have children and they bring them to school, so they drive. There are no buses who bring the children to school because this we are talking about maybe 5, 6 houses, maximum 10 houses. Uh, so where there are no services, obviously councils are not offering services for each single house that but this is quite interesting because 12,066 square meters, 3 room, first floor. In the Borgata Forniero, let's see complete comment. We offer for sale an apartment on the first floor, two-story building with view of the Quinzena. I don't know what Quinzena is. The solution consists of an entrance to the living area consisting of a living room with kitchenette and a window with bathroom with shower. In the sleeping area, there is a bedroom and a double bed. In the sleeping area, there is a bedroom and a double bedroom with access to the terrace. Okay, there is even a terrace. The heating is autonomous, it's an independent with a wood stove. So, as I said, you heat with the stove, so you buy the wood or you can go to make yourself the wood if you have a place where to storage. Generally this is for people who love mountains. Now if you are someone who love mountains, I would say go for it. Go for it. They are beautiful mountains. Obviously, in this area, you cannot really ski. If you want to ski, you have to go in other parts of Piemonte region. But if you like hiking, if you like walks, if you like climbing, this is the perfect place spot. Because, for example, let's go 1 second back on the map just to show you that here is Pont Canavese. Then you have this town called Sparone. So we decide to keep driving France direction. Let's see what we're gonna find out by driving to France direction. All right, Sparone. I forgot there is Locana. Locana is another beautiful town. What can I say? That from Pont Canavese in 20-25 minutes you are in Locana. Locana is around 1 hour, a bit more than 1 hour from Torino, but you are already in the mountains here. While in Pont Canavese, generally the definition of mountains in Italy is above 700 meters from the sea level, is mountain. Over 700 meters. Under 700 meters, you are still considered hills. So we have flat, pianura, hills, collina, and then mountains over 700 meters. Rosone, then we keep driving. As you can see, for example, here you are already surrounded by very high mountains. For example, 2,187 meters here, if you follow my hand, 2,468 meters. So there are people I used to love to walk on top of, during the summer in particular, to walk on the top of these mountains. So you start from 1,000 meters high and then you reach, for example, Cimaloid here, 2,035 meters. So it's very, very interesting. Uh, Okay, then, wow, after Locana, there's still Noasca, probably another 20-25 minutes driving. You have Noasca. Now, the distances are not very big, but because we are talking about mountains, the roads are not bad, but because we are talking about mountains, the speed is not very high, could be an average of 50, 60 kilometers per hour. So that's why then, okay, two things to say more about this direction. So, the first of all, there is a beautiful lake called Ceresole Lake. This is the destination of a lot of tourists during the summer. A lot of tourists are going there. Then there is a beautiful park. Now, as you can see, I think this is already the border with France. Okay, yes, Piemonte. Ah, no, this is Valle d'Aosta. Sorry. Piemonte region has the border with another very small region called Valle d'Aosta. It's a very small region and is bordering with France and Switzerland. Um, and so it's also beautiful. It's also beautiful. I've been there a few times. I like. So as you can see, here, we were keep driving western direction towards France direction, and as you can see, so northern Lake Ceresole Lake, we have um, Valle d'Aosta, that is another region bordering with Piemonte. And on the left, we find, for example, France. This is already France. So, for example, a lot of people are driving to Ceresole, and then from Ceresole, in a day, in a walking distance, by day, they go and they hike and they go to France. It's a common thing. Many people are doing this. Um, then you have more lakes, for example, a altitude of 2,251 meters, 2,400. Then you have 3,100, 3,800. So these are big mountains. Now, it's well known also for Gran Paradiso, the Great Paradise. There is a park called Gran Paradiso. Wait, I don't see now here. Anyways, in this area here, ghiacciaio. So here you have, for example, where the mountains are always with ice; they never melt. So ghiacciaio when they're icy on the top. Anyway, I cannot find now Gran Paradiso. I think Gran Paradiso. I have to keep going for Gran Paradiso. Yes, Valsoana. Anyway, here at the border between Piemonte region and uh, and Valle d'Aosta, there is a beautiful, beautiful park, very famous for the ibex, for the these animals who climb the mountains and the rocks. Many type of you can find many type of the animals that live in the mountains. So anyway, these I don't dislike. For example, if you want to spend, I want to try to watch the video. Let's go and see the video. It's 1 minute video. Okay, this is the agency. So as you can see, it's not bad. Okay, there are stoves. There is a bathroom. Bathroom has a window. That's always important. I like. There is the stove. That's very interesting. Kitchenette, bright, I'd say quite bright. Let me say, with a bit of renovation, this place could become a lovely. So, this is the dining room, also living room. Obviously, some old furniture, get rid of it, but it's bright. You have, and here's the bedroom, not very big, but, and then you have a terrace, and the terrace is covered. Interessante, very interesting. This you will spend a lot of time, for example, during the summer in the terrace, not much during the winter, but you can keep your wood over there. you might have for sure a place on the basement of the house where you can drop your wood, for example. Nobody will ever steal. So, okay, guys, what else I can say? So, I said before I started the video, I said that my budget would have been up to 50, but now what I see is that the houses are quite low. For example, here again we have, sorry, here, refreshing, Borgata Faiallo, another Borgata. Borgata are these little, very little concentration of houses, maybe 5, 10 houses, and distance again could be 10, 15 minutes driving from Pont Canavese. Nice, this house. Okay, a bit uneven shape, but these are old houses. I see there is a bit of land. There's a plot of land. Anyway, there is the space. You you have the steps to enter. Anyway, there are 38 pictures, 15,000 euro. Again, if you want a holiday home, this could be perfect. Again, you land in Torino, you take your car, let me say in 40, 50 minutes driving, you are over there. From the airport, I think is even closer, could be just 40 minutes, because the airport is in the outskirts of Torino, northern direction. So Pont Canavese is in northern direction. Nice, nice. There is a plot of land, so you can grow your fruit and veg. Fruit, not much, but you can grow something for sure. In the summer, you can for sure. Obviously, the winter times, it's not. For example, you can olive trees are not growing, grapes are not growing, but these forests, for example, are full of fruit. You can find mushrooms, you can find chestnuts, you can find many different type of berries. So depends by the season, of course. Anyway, it's not bad. I'm not entering because it's similar to the house, the Borgata that I show you. Now, here you also have another typology. Here we are always in a Borgata, but there is a typology of house called Baita Chalet. Let's have just quick picture. Baita is when it's stone made. When the house is made by stone like this, we call Baita. Chalet probably is a French word. Studio in Via Valle Soana, 18,000. For example, let's have a look to this. Studio is one room, 32 square meters. Uh, I like the vault here. For example, here it has been renovated, 18,000. If I want to have a place where I can spend again a holiday home, gosh, I would buy it myself. Toilet, okay, it's not, it's good. It's good. I would keep it as it is. And let me watch again. So it's one room, and where's the bedroom? The bed. Okay, you may sleep that maybe is a sofa bed, let me say. Let me read a bit the description. 26 square meters, a charming studio apartment on the second floor is now available for purchase, consisting of a bedroom with kitchenette, bathroom, and balcony complete. So it's just one room, but again, maybe 14,000. I would start from 13, 14,000 if you want to sell it like this. It's just one room. I mean, and obviously 13, 14,000, you have your holiday home. Again, I want to laugh because where you can have your holiday home already, everything refurbished, no works to do. So I'd say it depends always what the intentions are. But in my case, for example, if I want to if I want to have a place where I can go and recreate myself for a week or two, obviously I won't spend maybe a month. Then to live there permanently, no, it's not a house. It's a holiday place, holiday home. But again, with 13, 14,000, maximum 15, you might bring at home. You might go home with a lovely apartment. With sorry, and This is in Pont Canavese, so you don't really need to have the car. I mean, once you arrive from the airport to Pont Canavese, then you can park the car because in Pont you have everything and it's everything in a walking distance. So yeah, okay, studio in Pont Canavese. We have another one room. Okay, then again, 4 room flat in Via Cappella. Wow, 20,000 euro, 20,000 euro for an apartment, just as a curiosity. Now, this is for a family, generally locals family who are living, who wants to live not in the city, but for example, let me say, if I live in Italy and I don't want to live in the city from the chaos of the city, and I can afford. Wow, it's nice. It's a nice apartment for 20,000 euro. Wow. I would even keep this kitchen. I won't change anything. Then, if you want to make your brand new kitchen, that's another story. For sure, there is heating. Um, Generally, heaters are under the windows. Now, it could be covered by the curtains. Um, let's see. Wow, with a beautiful view on the valley. Um, a lot of green around. Okay, this is or public or is in common with the other people who are living in the apartments. Decent bathroom, decent bedroom. Is this the same bedroom? Let me see. Yes, this is the same bedroom. Hmm. I'd say that, for example, if I'm someone who can work from remote, or you can easily find a job because, um, let me say, you have the chances to work not necessarily in a city, in an office, and you have a type of independent job that you can manage from. Now, nowadays, I want to close now. I'm not going, we reached the 20,000 euro. Nowadays, job, okay, is one of the most important thing. Let me say that you can relocate in these places only if you have already set up a business or you are working online, um, or you might have experience in some typology of jobs where you might be able to find a job even in your not in your native country. But again, 20,000 euro, it's simply nothing to buy a house. Now, my friends, I go back 1 second to have a quick look. I gave you an idea about what the houses in Pont Canavese are and what the prices are. I say that are very cheap, very cheap. Then we can keep going, but I see that to arrive up to 50,000 euro, I maybe have to scroll another 20 houses, 30 houses. This in the historic part of Pont Canavese. It's not, let me see this one in the pictures because I like this typology. I like the arches here. Let me see. Let's see. Nice, nice. New frames, new floors, spacious. Not too bad, not too bad. Oh, I like. This is a very old construction. These are generally constructions built in the 19th century. A lot of you can live the life of the people who lived before in there. Uh, so it's nice. I don't see the heating system. I'm wondering, could be, I know, I see the heaters. So it's connected to the gas. It's possible probably to put stoves because these houses were made with fireplace and stoves to have fireplace. But I like the frames are new frames, and I like this type of vault. Wow, I should consider for myself this one. 3 room flat for sale in Via Guglielmo Marconi. Beautiful. 22,500. Spacious. 75 square meters square space, first floor without lift. And anyway, you have your small balconies, as you can see, but you have access on the road. You breathe the atmosphere of the town when there are celebrations, festive. Wow, new gas boiler, bathroom maybe need to be checked but properly. Anyway, there is the shower. I'd say with window bright. I like. Oh, I like this. When the rooms have two sides windows, I love it. One window facing one direction, another window facing one another direction. I always love. For example, in the house where I'm living, in the living room, I have the same. I have two windows. One is facing the road, and another one is facing another wall, the steps that I have beside the house. And this is the view. Beautiful, beautiful, lovely casetta, we say casetta. And then these are typical of the Middle Age times. So you are breathing the atmosphere of living in an old town with a lot of history. Okay, let's have a quick look here to this map. So the entrance is here. Soggiorno is kind of living room. Then you have a hall. Then you have a room where you kind of deposit, small deposit. So you have the bed, living room, kitchen, bathroom, balcony. Okay, it's facing only once. It's facing two direct. Okay, it's facing, let me say, north and east. Then we should be checked on the map if it's south, whatever, on once on the place. But okay, it's only one bedroom, kitchen, living room, but it's nice. It's nice. I have to say, two small balconies. Okay, my friends. After this, I just go back 1 second to the properties here in PONT Canavese. So we reached the 22,500. Now you have an idea about what you can find in this lovely town at the feet of the mountains in Piemonte region. After this, if you watched up to now, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I can only say subscribe, put like. I will never say subscribe and put like at the beginning of the video. I will only say to the one who are watching till the end. Okay, my friends, my dear friends, have a nice day and to the next video. Have a nice day.